I never imagined a single text sent at 4 a.m. could split my world open. My name is Ethan, and for nearly 7 years, Leia and I have shared everything: late night walks, cramped apartments, whispered laughter, even those stupid arguments that ended with us tangled together in apology. But that morning, nothing was the same. Half asleep, buried under the warmth of our blankets, I felt my phone buzz. I reached for it, expecting spam or a random notification. Instead, her message stared back at me. Something came up. I'll explain later. Too short. Too vague. Too unlike her. A cold knot formed in my chest. I tried to sleep again, told myself it was work, a friend needing help, anything normal. Then the front door rattled. Once, twice, violently. A scream tore through the quiet hallway sharp. Panicked, unmistakably her. My heart dropped. I stumbled into my slippers and ran for the door. When I opened it, there Leia stood, hair disheveled, cheeks streaked with tears, clutching a jacket as if it were the only thing holding her to this world. "Ethan, I need you," she gasped. And something inside me knew, whatever had happened tonight wasn't just a mistake. It was a beginning or an end. I pulled her inside, but hesitation flickered in me, an instinct I didn't want to admit. She collapsed onto the couch, trembling. As her jacket slipped, I saw it, a bruise blooming on her wrist. My chest tightened. "Leia, talk to me." Her eyes were wild, ashamed, frightened. I thought I could handle it," she whispered. "I didn't want to bother you, bother me." I'd spent nights worrying silently about her, about us. And now she sat shaking on my couch, thinking she wasn't allowed to reach out. I reached for her hand. It was ice cold. "Whatever it is," I said softly, "we face it together." She let out a broken laugh, half sob, half surrender. "You always care too much," she murmured, and those words cut deeper than she knew. Then she exhaled, voice trembling. "I made a mistake, a stupid, terrible mistake." My heartbeat stuttered. Mistake. The kind that wakes you at 4 a.m., the kind that leaves bruises, the kind that destroys trust. She buried her face in her hands. "I ran into someone, and I said things I shouldn't have. I made promises I didn't mean. It wasn't physical, no, but it felt like I betrayed everything between us." Her confession hit harder than a physical blow. I stayed silent, letting her unravel. The air around us thickened, full of fear, guilt, and the unspoken why. For the first time in 7 years, I felt utterly alone with her. Some truths don't shatter you. They hollow you out from the inside. She looked up at me, eyes swollen and desperate. "Ethan, I don't want to lose you," her voice cracked. "But I don't know if I can fix this on my own." I took a slow breath, forcing my anger and heartbreak back long enough to speak. "You made a mistake," I said, steady but firm. "But running here, screaming at my door at 4 a.m., that wasn't a solution. That was chaos." She flinched. Good. The truth needed to land. "I know," she whispered. "I panicked. I couldn't face it alone." "You didn't call me," I said. "You didn't text me. You just ran." She looked small, fragile, unraveling before me. I was scared. I thought if I came here, maybe you'd understand." What she didn't understand was this. Love isn't built on panic. Love isn't built on secrets. Love isn't built on showing up only when everything explodes. I moved closer, sitting on the armrest. "Leia, I love you. But love isn't only about showing up when the world is falling apart." My voice hardened, not cruel, but necessary. "If we're going to survive this, it has to be with honesty, with trust. With boundaries, no more running, no more chaos." Her tears spilled over. "I'll do better," she whispered. But promises made at dawn are fragile. They glow in the dark, but fade in daylight. I didn't know if she understood the weight of what she'd just broken. The apartment slowly settled into silence. She curled into herself on the couch, shaking. I sat beside her, letting the heavy quiet stretch between us. This wasn't about explanations anymore. Not tonight. She needed grounding. I needed clarity. We both needed the truth, even if neither of us was ready to speak all of it. Minutes stretched, her breathing steadied. Mine fought through the ache in my chest. She reached for my hand again, not demanding forgiveness, not expecting comfort, just reaching. I took it, not as a promise, not as absolution, but as acknowledgement I wasn't walking away. Not yet. Her thumb brushed mine in a gesture so small, so lost, it nearly broke me. And I thought I knew you, I murmured silently to myself. Because the woman trembling before me wasn't the confident Leia I loved. She was someone carrying a storm, and somehow she had come to me to weather it. Love is strange. It makes you hold someone even when your heart is unsure if it should. At 5:30 a.m., the first thin lines of sunlight crept through the blinds. She lifted her head slowly, eyes exhausted but clearer. "I'm sorry," she whispered, "for the silence, for scaring you." "For everything," I nodded. "I know, and I want to help you. But we do this right, or not at all? No more running? No more panicking? No more expecting me to fix things instantly?" Her lip trembled. "I'll try." "Trying isn't enough," I said gently. "We build this back with honesty, with respect, every day. Not just when the world collapses." She nodded again, even if doubt flickered in her gaze. We stayed like that, quiet, tired, holding the fragile remains of the night between us. Eventually her body leaned toward mine, uncertain but sincere, and I let her rest against me. Not to erase what happened, not to pretend it didn't hurt, but because connection, real connection, sometimes begins again in the smallest of movements. Her breathing steadied, my heartbeat slowed, the storm paused, not gone, not fixed, but paused.